this year, Manhattan rents have been on a tear. Usually we see rents go up during the summer months when college grads are coming to the city.
Mm-hmm.
But, by the fall, temperatures drop, people are heading into the holiday season. We usually see the rental market start to cool, but instead it's continued to be hotter than ever. We saw leasing activity up. You mentioned that stat about rents. That's 13% higher than the last year. And a lot of apartments are still, being leased in bidding wars. And about 1 out of 4 apartments is leasing above the landlord's listing price. So
when I rented in 2021, we've been staying in the same apartment. We did pay also above asking price, but I didn't realize that that's still the case here. And you write in your story that the unseasonal surge was driven by the upper half of the market. So this is more the luxury apartments, I would guess.
Yeah. So, usually we saw like the top 10% of units in the market saw even steeper increases. So, wealthier renters were looking for bigger and more expensive homes. The top 10% of the rental market reportedly saw an 18% increase. Wow. And for apartments 3 bedrooms and higher, there was a roughly 27% increase. So we have to remember that, this is all coming on the heels of New York City's mayoral election.
Yes.
There was a lot of speculation that, progressive policies and, potential increases in taxes would drive out wealthier residents. But, this data just shows that they're still looking for homes and looking for apartments in the city. So
Since the beginning of time, they keep coming. They keep coming. Go to Port Authority bus terminal. Sit there for an hour. Take a look at the buses coming in. It's unbelievable. People coming with their lives on their back. It's always been that way. What can Mr. Mamdani do? What is he saying he's going to do, and what's the expectation of what he actually can do as it relates to rents?
Yeah, so I think that this housing data is a reminder of the scale of the affordability crisis here in New York and the urgency to address it. And, Zohran Mamdani largely campaigned on bringing affordability back to New York and housing affordability specifically. He campaigned on implementing a rent freeze for, New York City's rent stabilized apartments and building more affordable housing. And yeah, I think all of this data is just a reminder that it's, affordability is still worsening even ahead of him taking office.
In the story of Paulina, it says here that the median of the top 10% of Manhattan rentals is $11,500.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. What's the expectation here? Again, have we ever been in a prolonged market of declining prices? Never. I've been here since 1986. Never. I'm talking 9/11. I'm talking pandemic. It just doesn't happen.
I think the only time we really saw rents really drop was during the pandemic.
For like 15 minutes, which my daughter took advantage of.
A lot of people took advantage of that.
They were smart. They were smart. They knew that was going to be a short-term blip. So only a 1-year lease, and boom, you come back 1 year later and we're back to normal.
Yeah. And Jonathan Miller, who puts together this data, we talked a lot about how a lot of this is an indication that New York is still a very attractive place.
Yeah.
A lot of this demand is being driven by inbound migration. People are still looking for homes. And also wage growth has been strong, particularly among top earners in New York. So that's also what's driving the activity in the higher end of the rental market as well.